posting. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue where I left off. So like I said, like major plot twist. It's crazy how it's like I fucked up something algorithmically by stating that, right? Plot twist. Jada is not the karmic, messy person that we thought she was. Actually, I'm gonna reaffirm it. Most High is Jada Smith, a divine feminine. Is August Alsina a divine masculine? Is Will Smith a divine masculine? Yeah, so Spirit says Jada and August are divine feminine. Well, Jada's a divine feminine, August is a divine masculine, Will Smith is not. Um, who else? Future Hendrix is a divine masculine. Koda is a divine masculine. 21 Savage is a divine masculine. Um, is Sierra a divine feminine? Most High. Yeah, I know y'all heard about the infamous prayer and this, that, and the third, but the Most High is saying she's not a divine feminine. But both Russell and Future are divine masculines. Um, Most High told me her is not a divine feminine, but LMA is a divine feminine. Big Sean is a divine masculine. Janae Aiko is not a divine feminine. She is a karmic. He's also under love spells. She has him under love spells and yoni spells, or reproductive witchcraft, magic. Who else? Kiki Palmer is a karmic feminine. She's not a divine feminine. Tia Mowry and Tamara Mowry are both divine feminines. Corey is not a divine masculine. He is a karmic. And Kiki Palmer is currently pregnant by him and is hiding it. Who else? Christian Rock and Blueface are sex and drug traffickers. And of course, they are both karmic, masculine and feminine. Who else? Who else? Meg the Stallion is a karmic feminine. She is not a divine feminine. The Most High told me Glorilla is not a divine feminine. She is a karmic. Let me reaffirm. Yeah, Most High says she is not a divine feminine. Is Yo Gotti divine masculine? Yo Gotti is not a divine masculine. NBA Youngboy is not a divine masculine. Kanye West is not a divine masculine. He switched over. He's a karmic. He was given over to a reprobated mind because he forfeited his birthright. That event, his recent event in ATL at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium was a ritual, and it's a part of why we see so many people jumping to defend his honor like he's God or whatever, like, and there's an illusion of unity to mask it. But in actuality, it's part of a bigger agenda here now. Keep in mind, Kanye is a Gemini all, as well as Takeoff. So think about the timing, how So many people was talking about Kanye this, Kanye, defend Kanye, and then boom, that happened to take off, and they're both Geminis. So think about that. This is not the first time the industry have moved in that type of tactic. I'm taking out people with similar placements, right, around the same time. The Most High said they were related. So all these people, all these evil witches and warlocks and these turned people, these switcheroo motherfuckers, blasting this content and these algorithms and shit like that. This was literally a form of energy harvesting and like a swap. Like, I don't know, but it's related. It's related. Okay. Takeoff's death and Kanye bullshit is fucking related, right? Even with that album that he put out, like I said, it was just like it was spells. It was hexed music, spells put in the music, and that's why, you know. But anyway, who else? Drake is a divine masculine. Who else? I'm trying to think of people who are like mainstream or people we've been seeing the most lately. Yeah, Beyonce is a jealous motherfucker. Like, she was so jealous of Aaliyah, y'all. Like, she was a part of Aaliyah's death. Like, there's a kind of magic you can throw in people's like travels and like car accident magic is real. Transportation, witchcraft or black magic is real. To cause accidents and this, that, and the third, all that shit is real. It wasn't just Beyonce, but yeah, there's a few people in on that, but she was definitely one of them. She was so jealous of her because she knew Aaliyah would be bigger than her musically, because it was more than just her musical ability, but something about her bubbly energy and her intellect. All right. What else? So her creativity. Something about her having like a very infamous creativity. Same thing with Left Eye. T-Boz and Chili, they was involved with that. Yeah. Let me affirm it. Yeah, they were in on it. They was aware of that plot on killing Left Eye. Um, yeah, they were attention seekers and shit like that. They did this because Left Eye was the actual divine feminine, and they both were karmic feminines. Something about her stealing attention or the show because I think she sing and rap, and you know she was just very creative and yeah, and very bold to venture out and kind of like forge a path like herself, you know, that was more aligned with her higher self. And something about the love that she get, being jealous of the love that she get, or that she was well loved and whatever, she was one of the favorites, and let's just keep it real. So yeah, even if you pay attention to them now, like you can see how motherfuckers is like kind of trying to fish for attention and clout and inclusion here, you know. They want to join TikTok teams and shit, so you know what I'm saying. Just pay attention to stuff like that. Okay, but yeah, they were definitely in on that plot. She was not tripping. She wasn't crazy when she knew somebody was, you know, sending her that type of energy and that witchcraft, playing with root work and all type of shit. Or that damn hitman shit, paying for hitman. Y'all will see a lot of shit coming out about that. Now, some of these karmics, the reason why they still are very attractive is because they are managing the ones that you still see have their attractiveness, which they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose it eventually anyway. It's because people are still, a lot of their fans are still in the illusion of the image or the narrative, the illustration that they put out about themselves. So, like for example, like how some motherfuckers gonna come here and like try to probably debate some of the things that I'm saying, or say that I'm wrong, or I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a lot of magic and witchcraft, going on, period, and powered up by ritualistic sacrifice. Like, so even with Black China, y'all seen what happened with her. She is not the first nor the last, okay? So keep that in mind. Like, it'll be more motherfuckers, like, being exposed for this. What else? What else? I want to get out everything that Most High told me I need to speak on. So I had this dream last night. So there's gonna be more information too coming out about these people working together to plan sacrifices of, a loved one. Whether associates, family, friends are involved, business associates, partnerships. It really doesn't matter. There's different ways that it manifests for anybody, right? For some people, everybody's mom is not karmic. Everybody's dad is not karmic. Everybody's siblings are not karmic. It really just depends. Some people, their siblings are karmic, right? Sometimes it's all of them. Sometimes it's only a few. Sometimes it's all but one sibling, right? Some people, instead of it being your mother that's karmic, it's your father that's the karmic, and the mother is the divine feminine, right? A lot of illusions about who is the divine one and who is the karmic one. All these things are being revealed and exposed in Scorpio season, right? So, like I said, a lot of people may think that Reginae is the divine feminine because she's Lil Wayne's daughter. She's very attractive. She has a lot of money and clothes and, yada, yada, yada. That don't mean shit, right? Y'all have to stop verifying people according to societal standard and the worldly standards opposed to godly, right? The standards of the Most High. Period. Just like for example, some people may try to argue, oh, what if, the person can cook and they cook and da-da-da-da. Okay, is that person cooking high vibrational food? Right? So there's many ways to unpack the illusions. We just have to be willing to do it and courageous and bold enough to do so, instead of still living in fear and calling that peace or being peaceful or trying to keep the peace. No, that's being cowardly. Because I'm going to tell you right now, anytime the spirit world, the spirit team, the great mother, divine mother, the Most High feel the needs to shake up some shit, they gonna shake up some shit. They not about to sit here and think about, I'm not gonna do nothing, I'm not gonna intervene because I want to keep the peace. That's BS. Because in most cases, when a force of divinity is not intervening, right, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a destructive or a chaotic situation or a low vibrational result or outcome. So what sense does that make? That sounds very illogical. And it doesn't sound like the Most High's intelligence at all. So you should definitely analyze and question that. If you're going to be inquisitive about anything, be inquisitive about your own discernment and your choices, your decision making. Be overly inquisitive about that shit. And not to a degree, that you psych yourself out of your intuition either. Sometimes, because I want you to know this information age, to a degree, was a massive attack on us. So a song I've been channeling lately is Massive Attack by Nicki Minaj. I've been channeling that within this week, right? Another song that came through, Chopped and Screwed. by T-Pain. Another song that came through, Right Through by Nicki Minaj, Right Through Me. Sensual Seduction by Snoop Dogg. I'm just telling you all the songs I've been channeling like during Scorpio season. Um, what else? Fuck Up Some Commas by Future. Roll in Peace by Kodak Black. Testimony by Kodak Black. Um, Gospel by Kodak Black. What else? No Matter What by Future. In the Air by Phil Collins. R.I.P. by Migos. What else? Pretty Little Fears by Black and J. Cole. I really want to tell y'all all the songs that came through. Because they do have messages. About the Money. Speaking of that, Young Thug is a divine masculine. Little Baby is a divine masculine. Plies is a divine masculine. Bootsy is not a divine masculine. He need to work on some root chakra work with these women. His issue with these women. So most I say he's not a divine masculine, and that's probably the main cause. That form of temptation and his overindulgence in that. Jeremiah is a divine masculine. Who else can I think of? DJ Khaled is a divine masculine. That kind of shocked me there. Rick Ross is a divine masculine. For those of you that are going to be in sacred unions or you are in sacred unions, a song that I channeled as well was Here I Am by Rick Ross. Aston Martin music as well, those lyrics. Some of you guys could want to Aston Martin, that's a sidebar, but okay, I don't want to get too much off topic, right? So about these groups, right? These sellouts, people selling out their own family and friends for money and greed, and control, and lack of exposure of their true selves, their true faces. So people willing to kill people just to mask their true intentions and the deceptions and things that they've been getting away with. That is the inverted manifestations of the 7 virtues, right? So people, people willing to sacrifice or to harm, to go through any lengths, to keep gluttony hidden, avarice hidden, lasciviousness, infidelity, covetousness, any of the inverted, things that you can, the inverted, fruits of spirit, right? All fruits are not good fruits. We know that, right? Like I said, these things are reflected thoroughly throughout our life, like very thoroughly throughout our life. Like even with having to make sure your foods are not modified, your fruits aren't genetically modified. It look like a fruit, it look like an apple, may even smell like an apple. Don't mean it's an apple or that apple is good for you. You get what I'm saying? So another song too, something about forbidden fruit, or just that message in general, forbidden fruit, right? Land of Snakes by J. Cole. So there's different things like that. Power Trip, that's the channel song I got too for Divine Feminines and Masculines. But let me get to this dream I had last night. In the dream, I walked into, it was me and my divine partner. We walked into this classroom-like place or location. One side looked like a classroom, the other side looked like a fucking Walmart. Like where you check out at, like the lanes of like checkout, not self checkout, but like regular checkout. No. Actually, it was a combination of self checkout and checkout through like the actual employees. Right, that was on one side, and on the other side it was a classroom. So I remember walking, and on the side of the self checkout or the checkout side. Wow, this is very symbolic now that I'm like speaking about it now. So thank you, Most High. People checking themselves out, right? Because of greed and materialism and covetousness and gluttony and because like I said, it was of a Walmart. It wasn't no goddamn Sprouts and a Whole Foods or a farmer's market or a damn garden or a fucking natural grocers market street, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't one of like the more healthier services, for those kind of things and those necessities, right? So something about paying attention to the quality of people's investments and necessities and what they deem necessity and value, right? So there's people literally trafficking people for money just so they can pay for BBLs and plastic surgery and obsessed with their appearance or obsessed with wanting acceptance or trying to repair their fractured ego and self-esteem and confidence from the outside in opposed from the inside out. So you guys just needing to pay attention to these very, very obvious things if you really really look at it for what it is. Like I said, you don't just come out the pussy and then you already walking. You don't just come out the pussy and then you 15 years old. You don't just come out the pussy and then you already an adolescent. You have to go through your infancy stage. It's that and the third now. Something you'll come to realize too, symbolically, psychologically, energetically, spiritually, emotionally. Some people are stunted in their growth, right? So there are some people who are still in infantile states when it comes to their emotional selves, their psychological selves, these type of things. So we have to pay attention to this. I need to ask the Most High something else. So please make a habit out of verifying really everything. Anybody, anything, any service. Something that I've come to find out too this Scorpio season, and this is going to be tough for a lot of people to hear too. There's a lot of individuals in the conscious or quote unquote spiritual community here who are not ordained to be selling holistic products and holistic care or giving holistic services, giving divination services, this, that, and the third, but they're blending in. And now these people, they play with spells on the collective. They do love spells, glamour spells, all type of shit collectively on the casted on the collective here, where they will still have some people who are they haven't really mastered their discernment yet, supporting them and basically investing their light into these void beings, these hollow beings. And so that reflecting back to others as, okay, maybe this person is of light, right? So we have to keep in mind when The Most High told us that demons will masquerade themselves as light, right? We cannot take these things lightly, right? Because yeah, I've come to find out there is a lot of that. There's a lot of as a chosen one, I'm gonna tell you right now, you get surrounded by a lot of vultures. That's another a channel song that came out, Vultures by Future and Drake and someone else. So even listen to that song is very ministering and affirming. So let me finish the dream. In the dream, there was this old classmate. She's a heavyset girl. She's been heavyset, I think, literally all that I've known her. Got a lot of babies, all type of shit. Nothing wrong with that. But she toxic. Or she used to be toxic as hell. I don't know if she's still toxic. But she used to be toxic as hell. No, I think she still is. But I used to be friends with her best sister. And I used to be cool with her too, to an extent, but definitely to an extent, That's when I was still like very passive. My younger years, I was, more passive and naive and, that type of thing. Giving more like the benefit of the doubt type energy. And that's why, if anybody can attest to giving your intuition the benefit of the doubt, not people, because your intuition will guide you in truth concerning those people and their deception. Right? When you sow authenticity, you reap authenticity of the deception that people are trying to sow in your lives. These are my quotes, by the way. But I live by that, breathe by that, because I can attest to it. I'm a witness of that, to that. Several trials of having to be a witness to that. Sometimes we have to learn the hard way, sometimes not, right? It depends. It depends on whatever it takes for you to be edified in, where you need to be edified. And you have some people who go out of their way to avoid edification and correction, right? Being corrected by the rod of, truth, or the sword of truth here. The sword of truth is slicing, dicing. It's very cutting. It can be painful, right? But just because you're sliced or whatever, that doesn't mean it doesn't have potential to heal, right? So it really just depends. And sometimes that knife can be used for just cutting off like veils off your energy, off your perception, your perception of self in the world. The cloak of energy, a lie that you've been living, thinking that, you're supposed to live this faded life when you're supposed to be living your destiny, like your destiny path, right? Illusions around loyalty, or, illusions around associations and fellowship and friendships and family and, very, very strong holds. It's the reason why it's called the pulling down of strong holds, right? So that's an energy that's very prevalent at this time as well. Also, shape-shifting energies, right? Shape-shifting energies. Like I said, Scorpio is a dual planet ruled sign. So keep that in mind. It's ruled by, I want to say, Pluto and Mars. So yeah. I'm hearing sink or swim or sink or drown type shit, or sink or swim or swim or drown. I'm hearing that type of energy with this intensity behind the scorpionic energy. Now, when you are divine and in alignment, you're in your union and stuff like that, that intensity, can manifest as, very beautiful, deeply passionate things like tantric sex and, all type of shit. You guys, being able to sexually engage with each other on a higher level, telepathically, having challenges or opportunities for those things to be perfected, right? So just different things, or a deepening in passion and love for something that, maybe your creativity deepening, your intuition deepening, mysteries and your discernment deepening, and you uncovering or solving mysteries of your life and the lives of others, or secrets being revealed and debunked, decoded, right? Some of these people, with platforms, you know, who have a lot of followers or whatever, are not all divine people. I don't give a damn how much information they talk about. Like I said, that information age shit, you know, you have to be careful with that. You have to be discerning with all things. The Most High brought to my attention to pull up a picture of the wheats and the tares earlier today, because even though I'm very familiar with it and I know what it means, I've never thought to actually look at a photo of wheats and tares side by side, just to see how like greatly similar it is, but there's still contrast, right? So literally, you know, poetically, you know, speaking, or parable speaking, whatever, 30-30, like, we really have to take heed, and understand not everybody unlock or this kind of wisdom, right? To understand the parables, to understand poetic speech, right? Or symbolic speech, or symbolic processing. Not everybody, you know, reaches that development, right? So like I said, just even in the gestation cycles and stuff like that, you know, depending on, you know, the environment or what the host, you know, receives, you know how it says guard your hearing, your seeing, your heart, you know, different things like that, what they are consuming, right? Because when we talk about consumption, we're not just talking about your food, like actual physical food for your human flesh and body. You know, food is also like information, right? Wisdom, um, influence, you know, different things like that. What are you consuming through your eyes, through your mouth, through your ears, through your heart? And that's why they call us, that's why society, now I ain't gonna say they call us, that's why society called the collective consumers, right? Whether that be commercialism, or, you know, that's why commercialism and advertisements and all these different things, you know, is very, very powerful and prevalent, right? So consumer, you're always consuming, right? Some people spend way too much time consuming and not enough releasing, right? Extraction of the waste from their bodies and stuff like that, from the energies that they have been consuming, the information they've been consuming. And so just like how the body's intelligence is designed, your body is designed to discern, you know, what needs to be released and what needs to be salvaged, right? To serve as nutrients, minerals,